Hey everybody, from City Walk here at Universal Orlando. We are back again because Universal dropped some breaking Halloween Horror Nights news just yesterday. So we had to come out to the park and talk about that. The dates have been revealed, tickets are on sale, and there's even some merchandise that has already been put out. So let's go inside Universal Studios and we'll talk about all of it. Hopefully this is a good sign for the crowd levels today. We're here in the middle of the afternoon, and there's not a soul in sight in front of the arches. Let's go inside and see what those crowds are like. We got all sorts of characters out here in Hollywood. Dora, Boots, and Diego is out. Beetlejuice is over there meeting and greeting. So I came back into Central Park to find a little place to sit down and give you guys some of the HHN 32 updates, and there's nobody back here. This is a great place to come if you're ever looking for a few minutes to get away from the crowds. Highly recommend Central Park. There's rarely anyone here, as you guys can see. Now, it might only be the end of March, but Universal didn't waste any time in dropping some Horror Nights news early in the springtime season. This is generally when we start to get some sort of an idea as to what's going on with Halloween Horror Nights for the upcoming season. Basically, between now and June, every few weeks there's going to be something else that comes out, whether it's a new version of the speculation map, new merchandise, whatever it is. So buckle up, because between now and like the summertime, we're going full into Halloween Horror Nights updates here at Universal. Now, there have been no new updates to what houses are going to be at Halloween Horror Nights this year. The only one that we know so far is Chucky, and if you haven't checked out our Halloween Horror Nights speculation video, I'll leave that up in the corner so you guys can check that out, where we went over the speculation map from Horror Night Nightmares, and there'll be more videos like that to come because there will be more maps. But the biggest piece of information that came out from Universal yesterday are the dates. Halloween Horror Nights 2023 is going to run from September 1st through October 31st. So it's starting nice and early and it goes right through Halloween night. Single night tickets are now on sale. Any of the frequent fear passes, Rush of Fear, anything like that, that won't be for another few months. So don't hold your breath on when those are going to be dropped. Those usually come out probably sometime in August, if I had to make an assumption based off of last year. But single night tickets are on sale. So if you're only coming on your vacation and you're just going to do HHN for one night, you can buy your tickets now. Also, express passes are available for those single night tickets as well. Those start at $109.99 on the cheapest night. And then depending on when you go in the season, Express can cost a little bit more. Also, RIP tours went on sale. Those start at $299.99 per person, so $300 per person. And the Unmasking the Horror Tours are also back, and those start at $119.99 for the 3-house tour and $169.99 for the 6-house tour. The Unmasking the Horror Tour, which is something we've always wanted to do. We wanted to do it last year and we didn't get the chance to. Those tickets have gone way up. Last year in 2022, the 3-house tour started at $79.99 and now it starts at $119.99. So a pretty large price increase year over year for the Unmasking the Horror Tour. Also want to call out that the RIP tours also did go up in price. Those started at $249.99 last year for HHN 31. We have a $50 price increase on the RIP tours for this year. So ticket prices have gone up a decent amount, and considering how many people come to Halloween Horror Nights, I'm not surprised. And single night tickets did get a little bit more expensive, although not as big of a price jump on those as there was for the Unmasking the Horror and the RIP. The single night tickets now start at $79.99. They started at $73.99 last year, so not too big of a jump in price there, but pretty nice jump on the RIP tours and the Unmasking the Horror. So in the spirit of being fair, we do come down on other theme parks when there are some pretty big price increases, and those are some big price increases, especially that Unmasking the Horror Tour, but a pretty big price increase overall. And as I'm standing here in Central Park overlooking the lagoon, in our last video we talked about how the lagoon show is no more and they're making way for a new one, which if I had to guess would open sometime in the summer. And I just really hope they bring a lagoon show back for a Horror Nights, because I know Ghoulish was impacted by Hurricane Ian and it didn't get its full run, but that was a really, really fun show, and I hope they do something similar this year. Came back again by KidZone, and we're not going to really talk about KidZone all too much because we did that the other day when we were here, but when we were here, a team member did share some interesting information with us. So when we were here the other day, I was filming the update over by KidZone, and a team member came up to me and was like, oh, you're just keeping up with some of the changes going on at KidZone? And I'm like, yeah, curious what comes here. I think it's going to be DreamWorks. That's what the heavy rumor is. And he said, and obviously I'm not going to mention his name, but he said that there's a chance it could be Pokemon. And Nintendo wants to have presence in all the parks. So take it with a grain of salt. I still think it's going to be DreamWorks just based on some of the permits that have been filed and some of the things that are speculated to come to that area. And by the way, if you want to keep up with permits and those types of update videos, I highly recommend you check out Theme Park Stop. She does an amazing job in breaking everything down in simple terms. But I do think it's going to be DreamWorks. I don't think it's going to be Pokemon. As much as I would want it to, I much would prefer a Pokemon area, especially being a kid in the 90s. But we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. But I did want to share that because it did come from the mouth of a team member, and not just like any other team member. This was a manager of some sort. So we will see what happens. If it's Pokemon, you heard it here first. If not, you didn't hear from me. And over here at the Five and Dime, they have the sign out front for the first merchandise reveal for Halloween Horror Nights. They released this See You in the Fog collection. So let's go inside and see what this year's merchandise looks like so far. And here it is, the first set of merchandise that was revealed yesterday by Universal. Looks like they have some shirts, some candles, some mugs, some hats. Let's take a closer look. And over here with Halloween Horror Nights 2023 on the sleeve, they have See You in the Fog on the front, and then there's all these zombies or creatures walking around. That looks like it's a skull right there. And the shirt actually glows in the dark. So that's pretty cool. I do like the design on this. Might have to pick one up. They also have this See You in the Fog mug, and this is $16. It's pretty cool. And then on the back, it has the Halloween Horror Nights 2023 logo with those same zombies or dead people that were on the shirt. For $26, they have this giant See You in the Fog scented candle, and I don't think this is by Magic Candle Company, so this looks like it's either a new company that they might be working with, or Universal made it themselves. There's the logo right there. Now let's give it a smell test. For $9, they have this See You in the Fog magnet. And then the last piece of new merchandise for HHN 32 is this See You in the Fog hat. Pretty similar design to what is on everything else. It's a trucker hat, and this is $30. As I'm looking at the shirt a little bit more, again, all we know that's coming here is Chucky. So do these characters have anything to do with what is going to be coming, whether it's a scare zone or a house, or are these just like generic zombie dead people? Time will tell. And like I mentioned, the only confirmed house so far is Chucky, and they have some of the Chucky merchandise out. They have this little Chucky figure from Child's Play. It looks like they have some socks. But then they have this Wanna Play shirt, which was from Halloween Horror Nights last year, and it looks like they took the branding off of the sleeve. So it's just a plain Chucky shirt. That's over here in the Five and Dime as well. I have a few more Chucky items here, if that is what you're into. They have a little plush. They have this little tiny lunchbox. He wants you as a best friend. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a pass on that friendship offer from Chucky. And then they have this hoodie over here. Let's see if there's anything on the back. Oh, and then that's the same one that they had last year as well. It says Snitches Get Stitches, with Chucky looking all creepy. And since we're in a Halloween mood, I really do like a lot of the merchandise that they sell here in the Five and Dime, like this Universal Monsters button-up. I love button-up shirts, especially like theme park ones, so that one is actually really cool. And then for $27, they have this Frankenstein snapback hat with a pretty cool print on the inside, and then on the back it says, He Lives. And we've been in here for just about 10 minutes, and as you can see, the team members are continuously restocking. So there are plenty of shirts and plenty of the HHN items to go around. Okay, so mission accomplished. We got shirts for both myself and Alex. Pretty good first collection of merchandise. I do like the See You in the Fog design. I am very curious if those characters that are on the bottom of the shirt and the bottom of all the other pieces of merchandise in there are tied to anything. Like, will we have a zombie scare zone? Will there be anything with zombies as a house? That's what I'm most curious about. Like, should we take that as a hint? is what I'm trying to say. Also, I had a lot of high hopes for that candle because if you've been to Halloween Horror Nights before, or if you've been to Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens or any of those types of Halloween type of events, you know that the fog has such a distinct smell, and that's what I was hoping from that candle, and it didn't really smell like it. And even though it was $26, it was a pretty big candle. If it smelled like the fog here at HHN, I think I was gonna go home with it, but it really doesn't. So the candle was a little disappointing, but the shirts themselves are awesome, and I'm excited to see what else they come out with in the weeks and months ahead. Wow, look at this. A few days ago, not a lot of this was here. They've added so much detail since the weekend. Like, it literally hasn't even been a week. And there's changes to the front entrance of VillainCon. They added that sphere. They added Minion Blast and illuminations on there as well. It looks really awesome. This is probably not that far off from opening, honestly. And speaking of Minions, coming up on the future home of Minions Cafe, and I don't know what's going on with the Transformer building. It looks like they might actually be painting it to blend in. So that's quite interesting. This building might be turning light blue, but there's still a lot of construction to be done over here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they're literally working right now. I hear drills and power saws going. Maybe one of these minions is the construction manager. Here's a closer look at the backside of the Transformer building. As you can see, they have this light blue paint that has been painted in 2 spots. So interesting. I wonder if this whole thing's gonna get painted. Would look like kind of funny because the rest of the building would be gray and themed, and this side would be light blue, but we'll see. I came around the backside of the future home of VillainCon, and they've added these big giant posters of some of the different villains from the Despicable Me franchise. Pretty cool. This is moving right along. This is supposed to open in the summer, but I think it's going to be like early summer. My guess is sometime in May, this is when it's going to open to the public. And since Mardi Gras is still going on and we have so much money on that lanyard that we bought still, I think I'm going to try one of the waffles over here from Belgium. They have a berries and cream one, and then they also have a s'mores one. And they don't have a photo of the s'mores one, but I think I'm going to try that, even though this one looks good too. And here it is from Belgium. This is the s'mores Liege waffle. This looks incredible. It was $7.99 before the annual pass holder discount. I think the pass holder discount plus the tax brought it to $7.23. This looks so good. Okay, so I had a couple of bites of the waffle. This might be the best dessert waffle I think I've ever had. It's that good. Like, the chocolate is melted perfectly. The marshmallows are melted perfectly. There's so many graham cracker crumbs on top. Very good. It's very sweet. Obviously, it's gonna make you sweat on a hot day. It's very hot today, by the way. It's like 86 degrees and it feels like it's almost 90. So the summer is pretty much here. So this is probably not the thing you want to be eating and then walking around a theme park. But the taste, 10 out of 10, really good. Like, this is the best dessert item we've had at Mardi Gras, hands down. And look at this, as we were starting to make our way around the park to head on out, you can see some of the work being done on Minion Blast in real time. They're either applying or removing something. It looks like they're maybe applying something. But you can see the work is actually being done literally as we speak on this attraction. That is going to do it for today's HHN 32 update. Tickets on sale, dates have been released, merchandise is already out. Things are moving. Halloween Horror Nights will be here before we know it, and I'm hoping that the next version of the speculation map comes out soon, because last year it came out in early April. So as soon as that speculation map drops, we'll do another full breakdown video of that map. So if you guys enjoyed coming along today, make sure you give the video a nice big thumbs up. If you guys are new to our channel, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on all of our future Universal and Halloween Horror Night update videos. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.